I wasn't always like this. Like what, you ask? Probably the kind of brave. One crazy thing happened that changed everything for me. I'm a little different now, let me tell you about it. But I have to start from the beginning. I used to be afraid of a lot of things. If there was a scary movie on TV, I would close my eyes and ask my mom to change the channel. If it was Halloween, I pretended to hurt my leg so I wouldn't go around the neighborhood and dress up with the other kids. The sight of all those crazy outfits as the sun went down and the sky darkened gave me a creepy shiver. Not that I thought they were real monsters. Rather, sometimes my mind would play tricks on me and I would think, what if there were monsters outside that night and I just mistook them for dressed up kids? What would have happened then? Sometimes I felt like I just couldn't stop thinking. I was afraid to put out the trash cans at night, afraid of bad diseases. And sometimes even in bed, I was scared by the shadow of my closet on the wall. I realized that there was probably nothing there, and there was nothing in real life that could cause me to feel that way. But my heart was racing and I was imagining things. I just couldn't help myself. Mom and Dad knew about it, but they treated me very well. They thought they could calm me down by saying, "Don't worry, Elroy, your imagination is worse than real life." I knew it was true, but it didn't help. Anyway, Mom and Dad knew how I felt and didn't make me do anything I didn't want to do. But one day everything changed. Everything changed when the school sent me home a note saying that our class was going on a school field trip. I wasn't thrilled about it, probably because I was going to be sleeping outside in the dark. Intense. Plus, it was in the bush. Here's something I haven't told you about yet. I live in Australia. Have you ever been to Australia? It has a reputation as one of the scariest places in the world. There are all sorts of things in the bush in Australia. All sorts of things that can kill you. Spiders, for example. Snakes, for example. I've even heard of kangaroos and possums that crawl into people's beds in the evenings looking for food. What I didn't want to imagine was waking up and seeing a big mustachioed face staring at me in the middle of the night and no one hearing me scream. Or worse, everyone in my high school class. No thanks. So I told my mom and dad that I didn't want to go camping and would rather stay home and clean my room. It was by telling them I would clean my room that I did it. I think I went a little too far than is good for any child. Dad looked concerned and put the note down, then sat on the edge of my bed. Sometimes the scariest things turn out not to be so scary when you do them, Dad said. Your imagination can come up with all sorts of things that are much worse than reality. No, I said. I'm fine. Thanks. But Mom and Dad didn't take my answer the way I expected. They exchanged glances with each other, and then Dad looked at my face again, studying it as if he could see something else in it besides what I'd said. I felt my face turn red, and I looked away. After a long pause he finally said, "I think it would be better if you left." "But Dad," said I was shocked. They had never made me do anything I didn't want to do before. "It'll be good for you," Mom said from the doorway. "We don't want you to be afraid of everything. In the world your whole life, you'll be supervised. Camping is fun. You'll have lots of friends." "I'm not afraid of anything," I replied, but I could hear my voice shaking. I was just shocked at what they were making me do. "I just think it will be boring," I added. But when Mom and Dad looked at me, their eyes went soft, and even before Dad reached out to hug me, I knew that nothing I could say would make them change their minds. "Great," I thought as he pulled me into his armpit. "I've made them feel sorry for me. There's no getting away from that now."